Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video I want to talk to you about the Baker Act and whether criteria for Baker Acting somebody can be confused with a medical condition. So let me sort of share the example that came before us. I had a call from a mother about her daughter who had taken one of the COVID-19 vaccines and within 24 hours was exhibiting all kinds of sort of psychotic things, right? She was having problems with her speech. She couldn't walk properly. She seemed disorientated. She was sort of in and out of consciousness. And she ended up in the hospital. And the facility, Baker acted her. They kept her. She was there for, I think, 4 or 5 days before they released her. Well, so she then, about a week or 2 weeks later, I think it was, went for the second round of the vaccine injection. And lo and behold, within 24 hours, she was exhibiting the exact same symptoms that she had the first time around. Of course, nobody had sort of connected the two and nobody realized what was going on here. But needless to say, she ended up back in the hospital. And of course, the facility Baker acted her again. But this time they kept her for even longer. I think the call came in, she'd already been there for a week. And at that point, one of the doctors had said, yeah, we think this might be connected to the vaccine. And but needless to say, we're not going to let her go anyway. We're Baker acting her. And the mother said, well, why? I mean, she didn't try to harm herself. She didn't try to harm anybody else. So, what are you doing? And they said, well, look, we're going to transfer her to another facility and let them make that decision as to whether or not she meets Baker Act criteria. So she called me. She was frantic. I filed, in fact, I filed this case. I think within 2 hours of her calling me, I filed a petition for habeas corpus, which is the petition that we filed to have a judge order someone who released, and within, I think, 24 hours, she was out. And so the facility knew they'd been caught with their hand in the cookie jar. They knew that what they were doing was illegal. They were just having milking her insurance. And so look, this is sort of just one example where where a medical condition can potentially be confused with some type of mental health issue. Now, I don't for one second believe that that this woman ever met Baker Act criteria. In fact, I found some research online, which we presented to the court, which confirmed our suspicions that in fact that the COVID, one of these vaccines, and I'm not going to name it because it's really irrelevant, but one of these vaccines can cause an issue which made the person appear like they were having some type of, frankly, mental health issue. And so look, this isn't, I'm sure this is not the only example. I'm not pointing fingers at anybody who's taken a vaccine, but the long and short of it is that sometimes things can get confusing, okay? When somebody's having, what appears to be a mental health issue, it's not always crystal clear, and as a result, because there is such abuse in the Baker Act system, it led to abuse in this particular case. So if your loved one is in a facility and you don't think they should be there, give us a call, because time is of the essence, and the faster we move, the quicker your loved one will be out. And as I've said in other videos, the one that gets to the courthouse first, because they can also file, typically wins. So with that said, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.